As we roll into July, Xbox fans and gamers all over the world eagerly await for the special July Xbox event that will hopefully confirm some of the rumors that have taken over the internet. Is there going to be a cheaper, smaller, alternative console? When are they going to officially launch it? What's smart delivery? As you can see, there are tons of questions, and what better place to look for answers to those questions than right here on Life's Biggest Questions. Today we'll be counting down the top 10 things you didn't know about Xbox Series X. What's going down, guys? Welcome back to LBQ. I'm your host for today, Jared Bronstein, and today we're talking about the Xbox Series X. If you're more of a PlayStation guy, check out some of our other videos about Sony's newest console, but if you're not a simp, stick around for this one. Before we jump into it, I want to give a shout out to Top 10 Central. It's the best reaction channel on YouTube, and I'm willing to bet you an Xbox that you'll laugh at some point of every video you watch. So come laugh with us over at Top 10 Central. As always, I'll be replying to some of your comments at the end of this video, but for now, let's get right into it. Starting us off at number 10, payment plan. It's no secret this console is going to cost an arm and a leg. Although the price hasn't officially been confirmed by Xbox, it seems there's reason to believe the estimated tag is either spot on or very close. We'll be talking about exact pricing later on in this list, but we gotta talk about the Xbox All Access Pass that will let you pay for your Xbox over the span of 18 or 24 months. All Access isn't necessarily new, as you could sign up right now and start paying for a new console monthly while also getting perks such as Xbox Live and the Game Pass. The feature debuted just last year, but it must be doing well for the company, as Xbox announced the Series X will also be a part of the All Access Pass, meaning if you don't want to pay a lump sum up front, you can start paying it down today. Depending which console you're after will determine the monthly fee. As of now, the One S is about $22.99 a month, the One X is $24.99, and the all-digital One S is $19.99. Safe to say the new console, or should I say consoles, depending on price, may cost anywhere between $20 to $30 monthly. At 9, backwards compatibility. You know that old Xbox 360 or possibly even original Xbox game you loved but they never rebooted? Well, with the Series X, it's quite possible you could play that game again, but this time it's going to look even better. Apparently the Xbox Series X will be able to run your older games at a higher resolution than they could on previous consoles. Jason Ronald, the director of program management for the Xbox Series X, wrote an article on the Xbox blog, which has been the hub for all updates regarding their new console. The blog read, I quote, "With more than 100,000 hours of play testing already completed, thousands of games are already playable on Xbox Series X today, from the biggest blockbusters to cult classics and fan favorites. Many of us in Team Xbox play on the Xbox Series X daily as our primary console, and switching between generations is seamless. By the time we launch this holiday, the team will have spent well over 200,000 hours, ensuring your game library is ready for you to jump in immediately." It's good to know Xbox is continuing with this trend, assuming those with an Xbox One aren't going to want to drop hundreds of bucks on a new console, and also another couple hundred for 2 games. They'll be able to play their older games from previous consoles on their new console, and that to me is a huge win. But things get even sweeter at number 8. Moving on to 8, smart delivery. As I previously mentioned, the games are backwards compatible, which is fantastic. I play Madden, for example, and currently have Madden 20. Assuming Madden 21 is dropping in August, about 3 months before the Series X, at least I could buy Madden 21 for my Xbox One console, knowing I could play it on the Series X. That's the backwards compatibility part, but here's where smart delivery comes in. Xbox will automatically upgrade your game from the Xbox One version to the Series X version because you already purchased it for your older console. Meaning, if you buy the game for your Xbox One, you're not going to have to worry about buying the game for the newer console, as Xbox considers one purchase of the game enough. And I'll say, considering how most games, at least in Canada, are about $90 all in after taxes, it's nice to know we'll be getting upgraded automatically with smart delivery. Aside from this, the game also saves data across consoles, meaning if you start a season mode on your Xbox One and then buy a Series X, you could pick right back up on the new console halfway through your season seamlessly. At 7, Xbox Series X. Also rumored to be codenamed Lockhart, there hasn't been any official word from Xbox or Microsoft that this cheaper, smaller console even exists. But with the amount of insider knowledge, sources, and rumors that have been flooding the web, it seems almost impossible that there won't be a cheaper alternative to the Series X. Given the fact that Sony has revealed the PlayStation 5 and all-digital PlayStation 5, with the latter likely coming in at a reduced price, it seems inevitable that Xbox does something similar. However, it seems Xbox will be going for a different approach. In fact, the Series S is expected to match the CPU power of the Series X, but could physically be half the size. Of course, it would be a cheaper option, which means the Series X will have some better features. Still, the Series X is expected to perform quite well, with 7.5 GB of RAM, 1440p display outputs, a less powerful graphics processor, among some other specs. So depending on your budget, as well as the type of TV you own and how often you game in general, the Series S may be a better option, if it even exists. I think it does. Number 6. Accessories. Xbox has already said its accessories such as headsets and pads are going to be backwards compatible. Like their games, Xbox is clearly trying to find a way to ensure fans of the console don't break the bank trying to keep themselves entertained. And given the current state of the world with the pandemic and all causing millions to lose work, it's a smart move. Of course, there's also going to be a new Xbox controller which is going to feature a new share button which is supposed to make things more accessible as per Xbox. They've also added tactile bumps on the triggers and handles and redesigned the D-pad. In hopes of offering gamers a more enjoyable, comfortable experience, it seems the team at Microsoft are really focusing on the smaller details this time around. Now halfway at 5, exclusive games. As we know, PlayStation, or Sony, appear to take the cake when it comes to exclusives. However, for the first time in years, Xbox users will finally get a brand new Halo game. Halo Infinite was announced in 2019 at E3 and to no surprise has been the most talked about exclusive since it was initially revealed. And although Xbox isn't known for necessarily having tons of exclusive titles, there are a few others, both confirmed and rumored, that you may be interested in. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, a sequel to the original Hellblade, which is actually being created by Ninja Theory, a game studio owned by Microsoft, is apparently, I quote, being built to leverage the full power of the Xbox Series X. There's also Scorn, which is a first-person adventure game that is being exclusively made for the Series X because the older generation consoles won't be able to keep up. There's been a lot of comparison of the new Xbox being just as powerful, if not more powerful than some gaming computers on the market, and with Scorn being available on Xbox and PC, it seems the game is really going to be graphics and environment focused. At number 4 we got design. As previously mentioned, there is a rumored console under the name Lockhart or Xbox Series X. Although it hasn't been confirmed by Microsoft officially, it seems enough sources with insider information have leaked the details, and most bets are on 2 consoles. The Series X has been confirmed to have the following specs: 15.1 centimeters by 15.1 centimeters by 30.1 centimeters with a total weight of 9.8 pounds. With images floating around of the cheaper, smaller console appearing to be likely half the size of the Series X, I think it's safe to say it could come in around 7 by 7 by 15. Of course, in centimeters. Again, I can't say for sure 100% as the smaller console is technically all speculation. With that being said, I have a feeling come July's event, Xbox will officially announce the plans they've had in place all this time. Although there's a common belief they will announce the cheaper, smaller alternative in August, we gotta just wait and see how this one plays out. Moving on to number 3, launch dates. As we know, there have been tons of rumors regarding when the console will be available. At one point, people thought the pandemic could push the debut to 2021, while other sources thought the console would be dropping around Thanksgiving. Microsoft and Xbox have remained firm since initially announcing when the console will be available, which is going to be sometime in holiday of 2020. Of course, given the pandemic, which no one could have predicted, it's not such a crazy thought to think they may not be able to meet the original date. But Xbox doubled down after an exec tweeted out, an Xbox product page in some regions inaccurately listed the launch date for Xbox Series X as Thanksgiving 2020. We are committed to launching holiday 2020. Considering how Thanksgiving is the last Thursday of November and Xbox made it clear they'll be launching after Thanksgiving, it's safe to say the console is going to drop within the first couple weeks of December. In regards to the Series S, while they may drop both consoles simultaneously, they may launch the Series S a few months after the debut of the Series X, or it may not exist at all. At number 2, price. Although it's not official, there's a common belief going around that the Series X will likely cost about $400, while the Series S could come in at $200 or $250. There's been lots of talks regarding both Sony and Microsoft trying to wait each other out, in hopes of seeing how much their competitor is going to debut their consoles for and then deciding to undercut. The PS4 debuted at $399 while the Xbox One X came in at $499. The numbers don't lie, with the PlayStation selling a significant amount of more units when being compared to the Xbox. Assuming Microsoft learned their lesson, and with the focus appearing to be more so on subscription-based services rather than the physical console itself, don't be surprised if the Series X comes in at $399, with a more cost-efficient one possibly clocking in at $199. That's not to say the Series X won't be $499, as it is being compared to gaming computers. Sometimes you gotta pay for what you get. Still, Phil Spencer, Xbox's vice president, said in an interview with BBC, I quote, "We want to make sure we're providing the right value to customers. Price is going to be important. But our strategy is centered around the player, not the device. If this is not the year when a family wants to make a decision to buy a new Xbox, that's okay. Our strategy does not revolve around how many Xboxes I sell this year. We're focused on delivering services through Xbox Game Pass, which allows people to build their library for a monthly fee." Now, number 1, power. The Series X is expected to be 4 times as powerful as the Xbox One, with the ability to put out 8K resolution. Aside from this, Microsoft is essentially doing what they can to eliminate loading times and allow users to jump right back into the games from where they left off without having to go through the start screen and maneuver through menus. As previously mentioned earlier in this video with Smart Delivery, if you're playing on an older generation console and decided to upgrade down the line, the game's data will be saved and you can pick up where you left off on the new console. As great as this is, as you can imagine, it requires quite a powerful piece of machinery, and the Series X is going to be just that. And there you guys have it for the top 10 things you didn't know about the Xbox Series X. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. For now, let's reply to some comments from the video. Will Jenna Marbles ever return to YouTube? All things Marine said, we need to cancel culture. Could not agree with you more. I'm a firm believer in you learn from your mistakes. Obviously, some things are much worse than others. You know, I'm not necessarily trying to defend their actions, but I genuinely, in my heart, do not feel what a lot of these people getting canceled when they did what they did. I genuinely do not feel they did it with the intentions of hurting other people or making them feel upset or down. I genuinely do not feel the intention was not there. Not to say that it makes it okay, but I feel that, yeah, the whole cancel culture thing, it's not really helping anybody, is all I'm gonna say. RG96 said, what would have happened if the internet, memes, social medias, and smartphones had never existed together? Well, I can tell you right now, I definitely wouldn't have a job. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think that's a funny enough answer. like it's, you know, like. Moon Phases said, what if Megalodon was a vegan? That's actually a very interesting question. I think that'd actually be a pretty cool LBQ. It'd be tough to do though, because we couldn't really, like, maybe they wouldn't have lasted as long, maybe they wouldn't have gone extinct, maybe they, who knows? Like maybe they would have allowed for other animals to grow in size, assuming they got preyed on when, you know, they weren't. I don't know. I actually have no idea. This is actually a very interesting question. So anyways, we're gonna leave it on that one, guys. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. You guys have been watching LBQ, and we'll see you in the next one.